And she kept saying over and over again, no, you and me were over. When she used the word over, that's when he cried. That's when he fell to his knees and wrapped his arms around her hips and said, what will I do without this arm? What will I do without this? Y'all remember that? I'm going off what I've seen in the past. I haven't seen Prince in a long time, since before Matthew Perry died. That's my favorite character. He grabbed her arm and said, what will I do without this arm and this hand? What will I do without this you and this me? Because if we take a break, we take a break from each other, right, for the moment. But if we are taking a break, that means that we are still coming back to the same thing, right? When I take a break at work, that means I don't get to leave work for the rest of my life. If we go on a break, okay, bye guys, see you in the afterlife. We don't do that. We say bye guys, see you at 1. Because lunch only go from 12 to 1. So you take a break. That means taking a break for some time. How long is the break? That's what people ask. How long is the break? When somebody says over, they mean they understand to be over. Forever it's over. Over. I break every soul tie. Like I said, Ross was confused. Were they on break or were they over? Ross was confused. Ross was not confused. Because Ross's reaction to it's over, me saying we are done, it's over, was completely different than his reaction to we need a break from us. When she said let's take a break, he went out to the bar and he went and met the coffee girl and had fun with her. Let's say he had funsies with her. The problem is when she wanted to come over the next morning, he realized that the girl was still there, and so he had to get her out quickly because she had overstayed his break, right? He had overstayed his break with her. You had overstayed your frenzy point with her. What happens when you go overtime on what is your break? Your boss cannot trust you to leave and come back again. Therefore, he fires you because of the fact that you cannot handle it, so you get the trump. You're fired, right? If you go overtime on your break without asking permission, you get fired. We've already completed the meeting. I told you to be back at 1. It is now, that was 1 on Monday. It is now 2 on Friday. What happened? Did you think you were on a 4-day break? Because that's not a break, sweetie. That's a vacation. Know the lingo. That's vacation. But they didn't take a vacation from each other. And there was a significant difference between his reaction, because if he had thought it was over, why didn't he fall to his knees and cry like he did when she said it was over? When she said, let's take a break, he turned around and walked out the door. She said, and he clarified. He said, a break from the situation. Yes, let's get some actions. She said, no, a break from us. And even if she was being passive aggressive, which she was, he turned around and said, nothing, and walked out the door. See, a break means I keep my dignity, but when it's over, tears start falling. I start missing what we had. Because when it's over, what we have in the next second can quickly become what we had. The difference between the present and the past tense is nothing but the lingo of it. That's why people that are walking around in the present can still live in the past. Because everywhere they go, they drag their past around with them. They never let it go. Over. God gets that song, somewhere over the rainbow. That's not sounding me. It really doesn't sound like that. Skies are blue. But when she left Oz, Gandhi wasn't Oz enough to think that she could go back to Oz after she left it. That's why she said somewhere over the rainbow. Because once you go over the rainbow, you are not thinking about coming back to it. Let me get my hair, my coat, right? My hair, my hand, my coat, my diamond encrusted bracelet, and wait, I need them shoes. Click, 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 over. All I gotta do is click 3 times, and that's all I gotta do. Over. So y'all in there, they're like, beep, beep. Who got the keys to my Jeep? Vroom. Well, look, I gotta get out of here. I'm getting out of here. Over. I don't care if I gotta carry everything in this apartment on my back. I'm out. Like a camel. People will see me on the street and be like, okay, why is she carrying stuff on her back and she on all fours? Does she know where she at? Over. That's where I'm at. I know if you think that a break is the same thing as over because your reaction to the words will be the same. He walked out, turned around, just spun. He spun 180 degrees and just walked out the door. She said, let's take a break from us. Then he said, wait, but I thought we were broken up. And after she beat him over the head with a newspaper and said, okay, now we are broken up, then he got on his knees and started crying. Because to take a break or be broken up, to take a break or be broken up are three completely different things. And only one of them imply I am moving completely forward with my life. It's over. I want to be a part of what of the next thing God brings, right? Into me. I want to enjoy it without you being a part of it. I can't see you in it because if I say let's take a break from us, you think that means not to go out and get some ice cream, right? But to go out and get another woman. Over. Because you don't have a dictionary, you don't got a dictionary with you to know when I say let's take a break and also well, it's over means that they do not mean the same thing. And if they did mean the same thing in your head, then why did you not react the same to them? Over. Jacob had to go back to Canaan. Because Jacob didn't leave Canaan, right? Jacob had to go back to Canaan, which would become the promised land. Because Jacob acted like a Canaanite. He didn't leave Canaan right. Because he'll say, okay, you stole the birthright, now get out of here. I told Pastor Gita, I said, I kind of think God wasn't behind this rushing thing because in a rush, God never moves in a rush state, right? Because I get anxiety. God already knows where I'm going to live in 2.5 months. He's already got the plan written out. He know where I'm going to live. He told me one word to me. He said, pack. I said, okay, but I got to be out by April 1st. So when I be out by April 1st, pack means get out of here. So I got to get out of here. So I got to plan for getting out of here. But he didn't tell me ever to look for an apartment. I did that. And the first one said yes, and then the night before, she said I can't do it. And she's going to. And then the next woman said yes, 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 and it's still saying yes, and telling me to call her as soon as April 15th comes. So it's the right plan, but at the wrong time. So I go back to doing what he told me to do in the beginning, which was pack. Go back to pack. Rachel said I used to think of you as somebody that could never hurt me. But now you've done this thing, I have to give you your packing bags and tell you, move out, sweetie. It's over. And she walked away completely for a while and eventually became his friend again. Eventually. I heard some sort of proverb, some sort of moral of the story, some sort of fable type thing, where they said a monkey does not swing to another tree unless he lets go of that vine or something to that effect, right? You have to let go of the vine before you swing to another tree. What happens if the monkey holds onto all the vines that he's swung from while he's swinging from tree to tree? He will break his arms. Over. Something's gonna be over. That vine connection that you got is gonna be over. That vine is gonna be over, or your arm is gonna be over. Something's gonna end. For you to swing to the next branch, you gotta clean some things up. I said to Kim, I said, this is a good thing. I said, I'm gonna try my best to be as positive about it as I can. I said, because if I came here, Kim, and I was willing to walk out on Casey and abdicate that apartment, you wouldn't want me. You shouldn't want me. Because you got to think of me as a tenant. If I would do that to her, I would do it to you. It doesn't matter how she treated me. It doesn't matter what she's done to me. It doesn't matter how she's lied on me. If I would abdicate the throne with her, I would abdicate it with you. Even though we both want this right now, the property's ready for me. That property, she was holding it for like a week for me. That's why they wanted me to still come, even though I had said no. She's holding it. I know you want me here. But if I abdicate there, I'm not somebody that you should seek out for living here. Because if I let go of this vine ahead of time, outside of God's time, outside of that break the lease, outside of the lease. The whole thing in the beginning was how they wanted me to break the lease. I didn't want to break the lease, okay, Casey. If I let go of this vine outside of time, I'm not a tenant that should be rented to. Because when I know that said, if you dig one ditch, you better dig two, because the ditch you dig just might in fact be for you. If I dig a ditch for Casey, I better dig two, because the ditch that I dig for Casey, I will dig for Kim too. Don't accept anybody that was willing to, no matter how bad it is. That's what I said, rats ate my bread in my fridge. I took pictures, I have big holes in my bread and my bag. I didn't want to walk on the floor after that. And the floor is still not closed up the way it should be. At all. There's been no attempt to close it up. None. The electricity is still off in the living room. There's been no attempt to turn the electricity back on. But if I dig one ditch by burying Casey, I better dig two. Because any ditch I dig means I'll bury Kim too. I said, I want this. I really want this, but you don't want me if I'll do that. If I will jump up and advocate that throne and come here, you don't want me as a tenant. Because I will leave you too, will not? Let something go wrong. I don't like where the kitchen light is not coming on. I'm out. I mean, it's a little strained, but still, you never know. Jacob didn't pay any attention. Because we talk about Laban being the trickster and Laban tricking Jacob. You forget about the first person that tricked Jacob, Rebecca, his mother. Because the angel told Rebecca, he said, two nations struggle in your womb, but the younger will serve the older. Or the older will serve the younger. He didn't say two nations struggle in your womb, make the older serve the younger. Just as much as he didn't say Jamie, Pat, and Lee, but he said it was Pat. Do you understand? If you leave the ahead of time, what happens? If you leave your exodus, you make your exodus ahead of time, what happens is you will die. Because they needed to be there the night before and cook the shortbread and the bitter herbs and stuff like that. They needed that because what they made was light. And so they could pack and so make that and eat that and then get out of there. If they had left before they made the dinner, they would have been caught by the Egyptian guards and would have been killed. It wasn't the time for them to leave. Not 1 second ahead of when God says for you to leave, or you ought to leave. You ought to stay until God has his way. And when God has his way completely, you will know. Because people attach themselves to you and they make souls tied to you and connect to you in a very unforgiving and unloving fashion. And then what they do is they get mad at you and lie on you and do their best to try to hurt you when you don't respond to their obsession. They want to marry you in the spirit. And if you refuse, what they do is they will lie on you. A modern day Potiphar. Stephen Furtick said that was Potiphar and she was Potiphar. I call him Potiphar. That slave that was in here, he just ripped my coat. People say, how quickly that person turned around and that quickly lie on you. The same way Potiphar did. She was like, come, be next to me. And Joseph ran from the house. He didn't walk away from the house. He ran from it. So she didn't have no time to get herself together.